Today we are extra cheerful. You guys, friends, listen up. BOGO is here. It's been here for about a day by the time this lands on your ears. So, this episode is all about the July 2026 BOGOs in the States. So, stay tuned. You're listening to the Essential Oils Scoop podcast. We're here to help you confidently using essential oils in your daily life. No fluff, just real talk and practical tips. Each episode brings you education, inspiration, and of course, our scoop of the day. Let's elevate your wellness one drop at a time. I tried to be extra jazzy. Yeah, I'm cheerful because cheer, essential oil, is part of the BOGO. Yeah, I'm that cheesy, guys.
I'm so excited about this book. I'm like thrilled. I can't wait for to be able to. I mean, we're recording this a few days before BOGO starts. It'll come out on Tuesday of BOGO week.
Mhm.
I want to buy it right now. Like I just want to buy it right now. So it comes to my house by the time that this hits your ears because I am so freaking excited about this BOGO bundle. This is like probably, I will say, one of my favorite BOGO bundles in the last couple of years. I'm actually gonna say that straight up.
Yeah, and that's no joke for Sarah. Like this is a very good one. All of the products that's in this collection, you can buy them a la carte, by the way, or as an entire BOGO bundle. All of them are useful. Like, but when I say useful, I mean like I use them. I use all of this.
I use every single one of these at least once a week,
Hmm.
at least, if not daily. Like there's some of these that
Yeah.
are on my daily list right now, and then there's some that I'm just like, yep, I use this probably once a week.
Yeah. So this conversation, is all around the BOGO. So we're going to highlight the oils and we're going to go pretty rapid because friends, let's be real, we've most likely made an episode or two or three of all of these products already. So in the show notes, okay, in the description below, we're going to tag what episode you can tune into for that specific product. And for all the people that love numbers, this retails at 274.67, the entire BOGO bundle, but it wholesales for 206. Okay. That's a savings of $186. I don't know about you, but I love the savings of 186.
Yeah.
The point value, the product value is 195. So when you buy the whole BOGO bundle, there is a product that you're aware of, a consumable that you get for free because it's over 175 PV. So do you have to buy the whole bundle as a bundle, the BOGOs as a bundle? No, you don't. You can a la carte it. As long as you hit the PV of 175 or more, you're going to get the frankincense boswellic acid capsules. Did I say that right? The boswellic frankincense. Yeah. Friends, do yourself a favor and get it, even if you haven't tried them yet.
I love them. Okay. I was gonna put them on my order this month and I totally forgot
Mm,
until after I put my order in. And I was like, dang it, I
mhm,
forgot. But I kind of knew we were having BOGOs. I did not know this was going to be the free um buy the like 175 deal. I did not know. I had no
mhm,
clue, but I was like, oh, when I do the BOGOs, I'll
mhm.
just add it into my cart when I do that, and I'll just have it as a little add-on. Gonna
Yeah.
get it for free, guys. I'm gonna get it for
I
free because I already plan on getting the whole stinking bundle because every single oil in there is so freaking useful.
Yeah, it is. So we're gonna go in order. I got my stickies, okay, and I have my book. If you're like, what book? Yeah, this book. Friends, get it because it is great. So, Sarah, let's go in order with what you buy and what you get. So for our listeners, right? If they want to a la carte it, then they know. So the first one is Helichrysum. Helichrysum is so good. So when you buy the 10 milliliter touch that Sarah just showed you, you're gonna get lavender and peppermint for free. So Helichrysum in my household, we use it for, you know, when I run into a wall, which I totally ran into yesterday and like nicked my hand because the wall just appeared, apparently. It just showed up in my house. I used Helichrysum so I didn't bruise, so I didn't have that reaction. Also for nosebleeds, that's how we use it. It's on par with lavender of like you should always have Helichrysum around because you never know when
Hmm.
you're going to need it, like, a wall appearing in your house and slamming into it. So, friend, those are like the two quick ways that I love using Helichrysum. Sarah, what about you?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a bad habit of scratching at bug bites and making them bleed. I don't know if anybody
Yeah.
else does this, but I have a
Nope,
bad
I
habit.
do.
And I love using Helichrysum when that happens because it just like helps it to coagulate. But I'm going to tell you a really quick, very personal story.
Mhm.
Some of you have may, if you know me on a personal level, you've heard about my husband's uh, really crazy dental surgery story, which was just a few months ago, and it was horrifying and terrifying. Not to go into too much detail right this second, but like they could not get his gums to stop bleeding when he had dental surgery, ended up in the ICU because they still couldn't get the bleeding to stop. After he was home, he was still having a lot, and I do mean a lot of problems with just not healing properly. And so we started using this along his jawline, just along his jawline to help facilitate some of the healing. And we also used frankincense as well. So and Copaiba and I had a whole
Mhm.
mixture, right? But
Mhm.
I love that it's conveniently in the roller bottle. Okay, you can
Yes.
just roll this on, so convenient. I love the convenience of the roller bottle.
Mhm.
I love we're going to talk about it in a few minutes, but we're also going to get Copaiba in one of these other bundles. And
Mhm.
these were two of the three things we used a lot. And we also have a frankincense roller. I was using all these things, but in the roller bottles already because it was so easy for him just to roll it along on his face
Mhm.
and gentle. It's not like you're rubbing it in and you're not like
Mhm.
causing more issues by rubbing it too harshly.
Yeah.
And so it was easy. Roll it, and he was good to go. So I love Helichrysum. It is definitely
Yeah.
one of our family favorites, and we have
Mhm.
to have it. This is also, it helps with minimizing scarring. Some of you have heard the story. I'm sure I've told it before of my nephew falling into a fire when he was very little and burning his whole hand and arm and being in the children's hospital for a very long time recovering. And one of the things the doctor said to her, my sister-in-law, was, "Hey, do you know anybody who has essential oils? Because we've seen essential oils really help and minimize scarring for burns." And this was
Mhm.
at the burn unit. And my sister-in-law said, "I do." And she called me and we created a concoction for my nephew. And
That's
he has I mean, he still has some scars. He does, but he never lost his fingers. He recovered relatively quickly. And he was always so proud to show me how he was healing every time I saw him. So
mm.
Helichrysum is a fantastic one. Like I said, I've had many family stories about using it, scarring with my daughter with when she had surgery. Like there's so many things. So
A lot. And
get it.
we're going to link the conversation that we've had before in past episodes or episode there so you can further your education and knowledge about Helichrysum. But yes, and by the way, there's a lot of blends that actually use Helichrysum that you might not be aware of. Like, talking to a mom, talking to another leader in doTERRA, like, oh yeah, it's versatile, very versatile. Did you know it also supports vertigo, according to this book? Like, and I've made vertigo blends with Helichrysum in it. So again, a lot of uses will link it there. So when you buy this beautiful oil, you're going to get lavender touch and the peppermint touch for free. So lavender, Swiss Army knife of essential oils. Like Sarah said, just with Helichrysum, lavender as well. Like she just told you that story. Lavender, I love. Okay, I shouldn't say love. I didn't love lavender in the beginning. I just didn't like the aroma. It was fine, but it wasn't like my favorite top five. But then once I started learning about the benefits for myself and for my family, I started sneaking it in. Now I like it. I use it. I actually used it this morning for my skin. I love baking with it too. I love making teas with it because it's aromatic, topical, and internal. This oil is so versatile. Uh, I know we've done episodes on this, Sarah. Head tension was one that I didn't realize that lavender was good for until I got this book, until I understood. Because lavender is like, oh, just sleep. No, so much, or sleep and skin, right? So much more.
So good. It's so good. We actually, I like the rollers for diaper rash.
Mm-hmm.
We've got
I've
lots
heard
of
it
baby
works.
kiddos, and this works really good for that. Also, I'm going to put a plug in for all three because when you do the Helichrysum, the lavender, and the peppermint, do you know that this putting these three together is a wonderful sunburn relief for sunburn relief. This is
Oh, yeah.
fantastic for sunburn relief. These three together combined are is amazing. So if you are fair skinned like me and all you do is burn when you go outside,
Mm-hmm.
get at least get this bundle because you are going to have things to help every ailment
Mm-hmm.
possible. Because you've
And they're
got
ready to go. Like
yeah,
they're diluted, or and dilution doesn't
100%.
mean ruin the efficacy.
No, it does not. Actually, it increases
Pieces
efficacy
because it
because
penetrates deeper.
not just that, but it stays in place longer. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
just dissipate into the air. It doesn't just,
Flash off.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it actually stays longer. But with peppermint, there's 217 uses for peppermint. 217.
Wow.
And
Just
I
wow.
would wager to guess that there's probably at least 100 for lavender alone.
Oh yeah, go on PubMed. I'm sure there is a slew.
So when you put all these together, you've got like
Hmm
300, 400 uses right here of just these three oils alone. Like if you are like, I'm not sure I really need anything out of here, you probably at least need these three. Like peppermint is so good for upset stomach. This is a great one for when you're feeling upset stomach. This is a great one if you want to just swipe it on your back of your neck if you're going through like hot flashes. I'm always cold, so this does not have help. It doesn't do anything for me, but other people it does. It helps other people.
I will tell you, our AC, I love my husband to death and he's amazing. He's been trying to figure out why our AC has been on the fritz. It'll work and then not, work and then not. Guess what it is? It's the thermostat. It has nothing to do with the AC. Okay. Thank you, Reddit. Okay. Peppermint, though, this has been a lifesaver this past week. It's going everywhere with me. Like Sarah said, it just really helps alleviate those that struggle with hot flashes right now or just temperature fluctuation in general. It is great. Love it. 10 out of 10.
And I use it for head tension. If I've got anything, I can just go like that on my temples and it's good
Mhm.
to go. There's so many uses I like peppermint for and just it smells good, it's refreshing,
Mhm.
and it's going to help with digestive issues and all kinds of things. And like we're talking about all of the physical, we're not even like touching on the emotional right now. We're just talking about physical benefits that you can use these for. But let me just tell you, the emotional benefits for all three of those
Mhm.
oils are so incredibly powerful. You
Yeah.
just need them. I don't know what you need to tell you to try to
And
convince you otherwise, but you need them.
so, Sarah, I just hmm, way too many thoughts in Vicky's head right now. I think we get to do a part two if we want of talking about the emotions of this BOGO collection. I think this BOGO collection specifically, what do you say?
I mean, we absolutely can. I'm happy to
Yeah,
anytime.
right?
Like we
Like I just
can.
feel like that could take up space and be very valuable anyways because after the time's over and this BOGO doesn't exist, these oils still do. And if they purchase the BOGO bundle, I think this would be great. So, yeah, you know what? Let's just do it after this. This is all about the physical. So, Adaptiv, friends, you get to buy Adaptiv, the 15 milliliter bottle, 250 drops of joy here, and you get balance. So, Adaptiv, y'all. Like,
I know. I
chill
love my
pill.
adaptive and balance. I love these. I have been so relying on adaptive over the past couple of weeks. I'm sure I've talked about this in other episodes of previously because I've been like practically living off of adaptive. So I
Mhm.
am absolutely thrilled that adaptive is there. Balance. I love
Yeah.
balance.
You know what? I'm really excited to talk about balance, personal story, but let's talk about Adaptiv real fast. So, one thing I was surprised at because I am not a mama, but upset babies with colic, apparently Adaptiv has been a very good supporter for that. I use it for more emotional because this is This is great for that, but it's also fantastic for menstruation, menopause related issues. And that goes into the emotional stuff. But loss of sense of smell? What? I didn't use this when I lost my sense of smell a couple years ago for a little bit of time. That's fun to know.
Hmm. Yeah.
I just,
I, well, I think I've talked about my experience with Magnolia when I had my sense of smell, lost my sense of smell for like a month, and Magnolia was the first oil that I was able to even smell again, and
Mhm.
Magnolia's in this. So that
The
doesn't
magnolia, I
surprise me.
think you told me, and another leader told me years ago, right? And so we did that, and there was another oil. But, anyways, Adaptiv, it is our calming blend for a reason. It's great diffused. If you're a bath taker, yeah, Epsom salt, like bath, 10 out of 10 recommend. It is
Hmm.
a really good oil. We have a whole episode again. We'll link it below for you to make it easy. It is a great oil.
I've
But
been
the pairing,
so tapping into it, tapping into
the
this and the adaptive capsules. I've been tapping into my adaptive system a lot. And I really started tapping into it a lot more after leadership because we highlighted it at leadership. So we had this cool oils unplugged that we weren't allowed to video, record, or anything. We just talked all anecdotal stories about different people and different experiences that they've had. It was a fantastic time. We actually had a
Mhm,
doctor who came on and explained why adaptive is so amazing.
mhm.
And I struggle with a lot of things, and he referenced some studies that were done in Europe about the effects of lavender and how adaptive is in lavender and why we have our adaptive capsules and why we have our serenity capsules. And it was so amazing to hear the why behind why these oils were chosen for a very specific reason and what they address and how they help with our mood management and things. And I have taken that to heart and really tapped into my adaptive system. And I'm telling you, it has been such a lifesaver for me.
Yeah. I'm not surprised and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful you decided, yep, I'm going to be utilizing this. I'm going to put it to work and you're seeing and feeling the results.
Huge, huge, huge
Yeah.
results.
And it's interesting because there's multiple conversations online all the time and one came up recently on my feed, recently in the last like 3 weeks. It's like, how come this product works? How come this system, they were talking about a system, and I think it was the Adaptive or Serenity. How come this is working for like so many, but not me? I do want to explain to you our chemistry is different. Every human being is different. And depending on the struggles, depending on what's going on inside of our bodies might be focusing on something else to fix. Like our bodies want to work as one in alignment. But we can't assume that the product, the system is going to work exactly how. Like per day, I'm going to feel this way, this way, this way. But I can guarantee once we start clearing out the junk, like even the 90-day reset, doing that
Oh,
multiple
yeah.
times, like
So powerful.
yeah. So what you're saying, Sarah, I'm tying it back in a bow. Like this makes sense to me because you've
Hmm.
gone through such a transformation in the last year. Your body is like, yep, ready for this. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes sense.
And
So
it's
this,
interesting as I go through a transformation, the emotional stuff that comes up is very different than in the past. And like there's some
hmm
definitely deep-seated things that I am still working through that anyway, it's
yeah.
fantastic.
We'll
Let's
talk
move
about,
on.
we could talk about that in the emotions. Yeah. So, anyways, but this pairing, adaptive and balance. So balance, y'all balance, we will not have it in my house. Okay. Again, it's more of an emotional supporter. However, we have a dear friend. Her name's Mandy Summers. Hey, Mandy, what's up? Love you. Okay. She taught us, and I'm saying us because I'm including you too, Sarah, that this is a really good oil to utilize before a blood draw. If for some reason your veins like to hide out or, just they're not coming to surface, this is actually a really great oil. So a couple years ago, I put that to the test because I'm also the one that was like, you know what? Let the phlebotom, like the student, I don't care. Like I'm not afraid of needles. Let the student try. But like after like 4 or 5 times, like, okay, no, honey, let's do this. So I started utilizing balance before blood draws. Easy peasy. They popped up like they were glowing in the dark type of thing. I love it. I love it for that. I love it for my sore joints and muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah would understand this way more than I do. I just know it works. I don't know why, but I really like it for that. So those the physical, those are the two things that come to mind, like blood drawn and then just my sore, mainly like neck and shoulders because that's where I hold a lot of my tension. What about you,
Okay.
friend?
Oh, I'm actually going to show you what I do. So get your
Okay.
bottle of balance out. You're going to put a
Okay.
1 or 2 drops on your hand, on the palm of your hand. And
Okay.
if you're not on YouTube, you probably want to go on YouTube to watch this part. Okay. So I'm going to take
Okay.
my index finger
Pointer?
and my thumb,
Okay.
and I'm going to take and rub this into my thumb and onto the back of my hand. So on the back of my hand, right here on this point, and right here on this point of my palm of my hand. Okay. And we're
Okay.
going to take our fingers and we're just going to pinch almost like this. You're going to just go into that fleshy part in between your forefinger and your thumb on your hand. And you're just going to do massage that in. And it may actually feel a little
Sore.
tender, a
Yeah,
little sore,
tender. That's the
right?
word. Tender. Uh-huh.
Okay, so you're going to do that for just for a minute or two, and then you're going
Okay.
to switch hands and you're going to do it on the other hand. But you're just going to do that,
Okay.
and I can already
Well, we
feel
can.
the effects.
And so why do you do this? What's the why? What is the,
So, if you
and
are
I'm gonna
really
keep rubbing.
stressed, yeah, I'm switching hands now. If you're really stressed, this is a great way to relieve high blood pressure in the moment.
Hmm.
So then you're just going to do the same thing with your hand, and you're just going to do little circular motions. Same
Hmm.
thing, back of the hand, and you're just rubbing your finger and your forefinger and your thumb, and you're just doing little circular motions. And when you're all done, when you feel like you've massaged it well, then you're
Hmm.
just gonna rub your hands together like this.
Hmm.
You're gonna cup them together. Take a nice deep breath.
My right hand is more tender than the other.
Oh, that's a
Um,
reflexology issue. We can
yeah,
talk about that offline.
yeah, yeah, right. Neurological conditions, you know, um, really good for your brain. Okay, this is not an internal oil. But as far as physical, behind the neck on the whatever that occipit, can you say
Occipital,
that
occipital area.
word? Yeah, that, yep, right there. Wonderful. If I know someone that's had like really massive head tension, other than frankincense and copaiba, I've actually put balance
And
there.
one of our dearest friends has used this for a lot for after stroke support.
Correct. Yeah.
So
Yes. So
this is a fantastic oil. I love it. I love the support it gives. Now, do you just feel yourself relax after you do that? So I
kind
actually
of,
had a
yeah.
friend, my best friend, she was in labor. She had balance with her. She called me. She's like, Sarah, I have high, like my blood pressure's so high, they can't get it to regulate. They're taking it every 10 minutes. And she was like so panicky on the phone. And I'm like, okay. So I walked her through just what I showed you guys just now. I walked her through that. And her nurse said, I want to take your blood pressure again because I could visibly see you relax.
Hmm.
And within minutes, and I'm not joking, within minutes, they took her blood pressure and it went down significantly to the point where then they only had to do it like every hour versus every 10 minutes.
Jeez.
And so that is her, like, that was like so significant. It was while I was on the phone with her that the one reading was this super high, really intense number, and then in the span of just the phone call, and we weren't on the phone for very long because she was exhausted. She'd just given birth. Um,
Hmm.
so we were maybe on the phone 10, 15 minutes
Hmm.
as I was getting, the details of the birth, details of the baby, all the things, and done. Her blood pressure was already lowering just in that time period.
So, what I'm hearing is for your birth plan, wherever that is, wherever that may be, balance could be a great tool for if and when you need it.
Yeah.
Just
So
saying.
just love balance.
Awesome. So cool.
Use balance. So you buy
Hmm.
your Adaptiv and you get your balance for free. So there you go. That's one of
Yeah.
my favorite ways
So
to use it.
good. So let's talk about cheer, friends. Cheer essential oil. Hmm. Cheer essential oil comes in a 5 milliliter bottle. Okay. 85 drops of joy. Here you go. Cheer. I don't know. How many of you use it? Raise your hand. How many of you have it, but it's like, I really don't know. Like, I don't feel like I struggle with XYZ. Okay. We have you. We have you. It is really good for decreasing inflammation and stiffness.
Hmm. I don't think I
Yeah.
actually like paid attention to that before.
Yeah. According to our amazing book, okay, an imbalance of blood sugar and high cholesterol. According to this book, that's what it's saying that this is great for because guess what? Cheer is a blend. Cheer is a blend of essential oils like wild orange, star anise, ginger, bergamot, ylang ylang, frankincense, lemongrass. So now that makes sense for the inflammatory support. But majority of us think of it as the emotional support, and we'll talk about that in the other episode. But friends, when you purchase cheer, you're getting grapefruit for free. Sarah, how do you use cheer? I'm just going to be honest with you. I lean into it for my emotions only because I forget about the inflammatory support.
So I'm actually going to tell you another little quick story. I have used this for motion sickness.
Huh?
I didn't have very much with me at the time. We were driving. One of my kids was having some issues, and I was like, I knew that there was fennel and ginger in it.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that that was going to help support their digestive system.
So
And
why not?
so I was like, just try this. Put this on your stomach. Try it. Bam, it worked so good. So digestive issues is what I have used physically for cheer because mostly I use it for emotional too. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but for physical, it was actually
Yeah.
for an upset stomach and nausea. So
Well, okay, wild orange, star anise, ginger, frankincense, the things we learn. Friends, the things we learn. This is awesome. I'm glad you shared that because, again, just wasn't on my radar.
yeah, star anise and ginger are what is in digestion. So
Hmm.
like in my head, it just made sense to use these oils that we are, what we know that ginger, I mean, ginger is fantastic for upset stomach, right? Like so
Hmm.
good. So
Hmm.
anyway, there you go. In a pinch, if you are just like looking at your little key fob and all you have is like, 8 different oils in your little key fob, this might be the oil that you might only have on you that you can like look at and go, oh wait, this is good for digest. This could possibly work for digestive system.
Well, now I won't unlearn that. It was so easy for my brain to thank you. Because, again, if we do have that key fob of the little 5 ml drams, right? The little tiny travels, cheers multi-purpose. That's what
Hmm.
I'm hearing. It's extremely multi-purpose. So
Yeah.
that's really cool. Thank you, friend. So when you invest in that, you get grapefruit for free. Grapefruit is the 15 milliliter bottle, 250 drops of joy. It's known for weight loss. It's known to help with appetite. That's I mean, even outside of the essential oil world, growing up in the 80s, 90s, the grapefruit diet,
Diet.
it's it
Hmm.
right like that's engraved in my
How
brain.
many of us ate and watched our moms eat half a
Ugh.
grapefruit during that grapefruit diet thing and they're like little half a cantaloupe and their little bit of tuna fish or whatever. I can't I
Yes,
mean
it
I
was a can of
remember
tuna.
it was a can of
That's
tuna. It was like a can of tuna. It's like day 3, this is what you're eating. I mean, it was very specific. And I remember my parents both being on it and losing quite a bit of weight. But yeah, the grapefruit diet. I do remember them eating grapefruit every single morning. And I remember
uh,
thinking, I like grapefruit with sugar on it. So I was
yes.
like, that pretty much like
Defeated the
negates
purpose.
the
Like,
goodness. But yeah,
yes. So friends, I love it because it's non-acidic, right? The essential oil is non-acidic. And for lymphatic and kidney toxicity, okay? Hi, this is a wonderful tool to take internally. If you take essential oils internally, know that doTERRA is grapefruit. You can use all three ways. Aromatically, topically, internally. So for me, That's great. Adrenal fatigue, great for hangovers. Didn't know that when I could have used that. Vicky in the past. Uh, cellular health. We don't want any
Mhm.
rusty cells here. I would take it internally. There is an image of a glass. Okay, that we have images in here. There's a hand for topical, a glass for internal. Friends, I'm not joking. If
Yeah,
you are wanting to, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I put this in it's in my water right now. Like this is one of my water oils. This is one of the things that we have over by our water
Your water
spout
station.
thingy. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
next
Mm-hmm.
to our our ice maker. Like we have oils sitting right there. So we've got like lemon, wild orange, grapefruit. The grapefruit is the one that I tend to gravitate towards the most. I used to gravitate a lot towards wild orange, but I kind of slacked off on my wild orange usage and started
Mm-hmm.
picking up grapefruit instead. And I love the taste of it. I love it in my water. I actually
Mm-hmm.
clean with grapefruit. I prefer the smell of grapefruit. So I actually will put this in with vinegar and water. And that's actually what I use to clean my bunnies' cages is
Ah,
grapefruit and vinegar and water, just to clean their cages, and it's non-toxic for them.
that's
So
amazing.
yeah, this is
Okay.
one of the things I like to clean with, and my whiteboard. So sometimes I'll use lemon, but I love the smell of grapefruit. So sometimes I'll grab grapefruit and clean off my whiteboard too. I keep pointing over there, like you can
Like
see my
like they
whiteboard.
know. You know what, friends? Just envision. It's there. I
My
promise I
whiteboard
can.
is right there.
Where's
Like
it?
you can right
The
there.
black right there, the little tiny, yeah, you can see it. So, two other things that I do want to highlight, sugar cravings. Okay. I upped my sugar intake. I can tell because now my body wants it, right? So I get to incorporate more grapefruit into my daily routine, but also lack of progesterone. It's inviting us to take it in a capsule, dilute it over the area of concerns or your reflex points. I don't know who needed to hear that, but I needed to share that. I love grapefruit. Did I love it in the 90s? Heck no. I was given grapefruit. Okay. We don't need to get into that. But I would sneak sugar into it. You're not giving a child, I could taste it in my mouth right now. So I love the oil. I'm so grateful for the oil instead of the actual grapefruit itself. Oh, now what we're going to talk about here is really, really awesome because it's spearmint. Buy spearmint and get eucalyptus for free. So spearmint, let's get on the page, guys. I bookmarked all these pages. Or I didn't bookmark it. I put it on
And
my
we
stick.
literally just talked about the emotional properties of spearmint like
Mhm.
2 episodes ago or last episode or something like that. Like we just literally did an episode on this. So, um, use it.
Oh, absolutely.
You can go back to that
Absolutely.
episode, and if you're really curious about the emotional properties, go back to the episode that we just talked about it. There's so many great uses of spearmint, like so many excellent usages of spearmint. I just highly recommend it. I can't recommend it enough for you. So use the spearmint, and then you get eucalyptus for free.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
again,
sorry.
we just did the episode. We don't need to go into detail other than don't be silly. Get yourself some spearmint because you're going to get eucalyptus for free. I think that's fine. I think that covers it because we're going to get redundant over here more than we normally do. So, eucalyptus. Yeah. While I get to the page, do you want to share your why you love it and how you've used it?
So I lived in California for a really long time. Vicky is a long time Southern California girl, so she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I can't remember the road that it's on right this second. But it's going from Ramona down into Poway. Okay. So if you know what I'm talking about, what is it,
Oh,
76, 67,
yes,
something
the
like that?
67. Yeah,
Something
I
like
think
that.
so.
Okay.
I know the
So
road. I'm there right
going
now.
down that road, and if you go down that road, as you're going down there, there's like this like side of the road, there's this business that's got like statues, like statue business. Okay. Right
Yeah,
by
like
that
lawn
statue,
statues.
Yes, like big, huge lawn statues, cherubs, whatever, right?
Hmm.
So going right past that smells like eucalyptus. Like you can just smell the eucalyptus when you go past this one little thing. And it actually reminds me of the Percy Jackson books. So if you're a Percy Jackson fan and if you've ever read those books, there's a part where it talks about Medusa's like I don't even remember what it's Medusa's Emporium or something like that. And it talks about the smell of eucalyptus around Medusa's Emporium. And I swear Rick Riordan drove on that road and was like, yes, this is Medusa's Emporium. Like I swear this is where he got the like inspiration. Maybe not, but this is in my head. So I love eucalyptus emotionally because it conjures up this imagery in my head of going past
Of that road.
this road that makes me think of Medusa's Emporium. And I love the smell of eucalyptus, but it does bring me back to this like happy moment. But eucalyptus is so good for our lungs. It's so good for our breathing. And I know we use that a lot. It's one of the smells, it's one of the oils that like spas use a lot of. We use a lot of lavender and eucalyptus in spas. And so that's like a great combination. I love putting that into bath salts and stuff and putting that into for a bath salt. Like it's so good. It's so calming and opens up the airwaves, but it really promotes deeper breathing. Like, and
Hmm.
when you do that deeper, relaxing breathing, you start to relax and calm down more. The deeper you get into your breath work, the better you are relaxed. And so I always think of re- more of a relaxing oil. And I know it's actually more of a stimulant. It stimulates your lungs. It stimulates, you can use this on different reflex points to
Hmm.
stimulate your reflex points for acupressure. And some acupuncturists like to use this on reflex points before they put in um, their needles sometimes and after because it really does stimulate blood flow and stimulates circulation. It's actually a stimulant and I always have thought of it as more of a calming, relaxing oil, but it is also stimulation too. So just wanted to throw that out there for eucalyptus.
No, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. My eucalyptus, all things respiratory, that is like my go-to because that's what my brain remembers. But it's also really good for bladder issues and kidney support. This is not an internal oil. This is a topical oil. So applying topically with a carrier oil with your lotion after the shower, right, where your pores are open, that would be great. People have used it for lice before. I haven't used it for lice, but I have massaged it into my scalp, like 1 or 2 drops before I put in my conditioner. I just like it. Again, it's stimulating. I don't know how to describe that other than how I just did. One thing here is talking about body odor. Apply diluted to the area of concern or under arms. It's like, huh. I've actually never used eucalyptus that way. So there's a lot of ways you can utilize eucalyptus and you get it for free. Friends, no brainer here. Let's move on to buying the frankincense stick with Naya wood, so called the Frankenstick. That's just how we remember it. And you get a free roller bottle of Copaiba. Y'all know I love my Copaiba so dang much. I actually have my doTERRA order sitting right next to me, and I think there's 2 or 3 bottles of Copaiba. I'm not joking. I used my points and I bought a ton of oils, and Copaiba's there. So the Frankenstick. Oh, Sarah, how do you use it? Like, let's share with the peeps how we use it.
My favorite area to use it on is the back of my neck, occipital area. I that is my favorite place, and I actually really like putting it on my wrists too. I actually really enjoy putting this on before bed. This is a oil. This is a Frankenstick mixed with the Serenity stick. I love this just before bed. This has been probably one of the best things for me to like relax my mind and to relax before bed is using my frankincense stick. I'm so grateful that we can get this as a BOGO right now because I don't know why, because it's available all the time, but I was kind of like using this very sparingly. And I don't know really why I was, but I love this. I love to put it on my chest. I just love the scent of it. That frankincense mixed in with the Nile wood. is so soothing. So
Hmm.
soothing. This is actually, I was having this weird itchy patch of skin on my leg, and I tried everything with it. I had tried Helicrysum, I had tried Copaiba, I tried lavender first, and then I tried the other things, and nothing seemed to really soothe it except for this and the Serenity Stick mixed together soothed my skin, and then all of the weird, I don't even
Wow.
know if it was eczema. I don't know what it was. My doctor didn't know what it was. It was dermatitis, which just means inflamed skin. So that wasn't helpful. But
Uh-huh.
using it soothed my skin. It was not itchy anymore. It wasn't red and inflamed. And I haven't had any issues since. And I was having breakout issues, it felt like all the time with it. And now it has completely dissipated.
Yeah. For me, I've used it on my neck, and when I've had breakouts, like my inflammation was just sky high due to a trigger of stress and other things. At the end of the flare up, because during a flare up, it's too much for me. But at the end of a flare up, giving my skin more TLC, my chest, my neck, spotting it. And I've also used it around my knees because I love frankincense so much, and I've put it on my knees before because of inflammation. The frankincense, like, it just made sense to me. Intuitively it made sense, but I do love it. And so I was just asking Sarah before we recorded, like, how do you utilize the leftovers? Just like the deep blue stick, you get to a certain point, you can't crank it. I haven't, I'm at that point where I can't crank it, and I have like 3 bottles. So I get to choose, I get to figure out how to scrape it out and maybe get an emulsion blender, one of emulsifier, whatever they're called, and whipping it with, like, what, tallow or coconut oil, something like that, because there's still a lot in the bottle. I don't want it to go to waste, you know?
Yeah, there is. There's lots. You can like dig it out with a little popsicle stick.
Right? Yeah,
That's what I've done.
something.
It's a popsicle stick. But
Yeah.
I put it into like a small container. My other one, not this one, because this one's still got a decent amount in there. But my other
Hmm.
one, I scraped it out with a popsicle stick, put it into
Hmm.
like a little container from Dollar Tree. You get like a 4-pack or something like that.
Hmm.
And there's just like a little small jar. And I put it in there and I mixed it a little bit with some coconut oil, like actual coconut oil, like the unrefined coconut oil. Mixed it in
Hmm.
with that because I love unrefined coconut oil for my skin. And so that's what I've been using. That's what I use on my feet and my legs when I don't
When
use
you need
it.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like just on my feet and legs is what I
Yeah.
use that for. But yeah, it's a really good way. Great way.
It's so good. Brett, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I have also used that same thing where I've had cracked or dried lips. I've
Yeah,
dipped my
yeah, just going over the top of your lips. Absolutely. That and Correctex. Anyways, it's so good. Friends, this BOGO is amazing. And so when you do purchase the entire BOGO, or you hit a PV of 175 or more, oh, we need to talk about Copaiba. Thank you, Sarah. I hope in my head I'm like, people know, people love it. Everything anti-inflammatory for me, because emotionally it calms you the heck down. We'll talk about it later. Pain, I'm just going to say pain, like massive discomfort. Wherever that tension is, there's your friend,
Yep, I
Copaiba.
love it. And you can apply this onto your skin first and then use the frankincense stick after. So like
Hmm?
it's just so good and it's so good for relaxing and calming. It's very calming, relaxing to your nervous system. So this is another good one. If I have a friend who doesn't like to use deep blue at night because like the smell of the peppermint keeps them awake. It's more rejuvenating for them. But
Hmm.
they've started using the copaiba and the frankincense stick on their low back before bed, and they can sleep because it's very calming and very relaxing at the same time as it is a good reliever of inflammation and pain and all the things. So if that's something that you kind of struggle with, is maybe before you go to bed you're a little achy, or um and you're worried about like putting something a little bit stronger on where the scent is going to keep you more awake and more invigorated, using Copaiba, especially this roller bottle, is going to help relax you and lessen your inflammation so you can, and so you'll be able to sleep better. So anyway, that was just
Yeah.
my 2 cents about Copaiba.
No, thank you, friend. Thank you. All of this is so valuable. So before we let you go, though, let's talk about the capsules. Okay. I should have pulled up my notes about this. All I know is that when I am more consistent, because I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't budgeted it in yet to be completely consistent and all in. I was for like 4 months. When I did, I had less joint pain. I can't make this up. And for someone with Sarah's shaking her head like, yeah, duh.
Very emphatically, Sarah's shaking her head.
Okay. When I gave myself this opportunity to be all in consistently in a 4 months time, I remember I had less swelling every single night. Like edema was down. My discomfort in my knees, my hips, and overall joints was significantly reduced. I can't make this up. So I'm saying this out loud, thinking to myself, well, why the heck have I like fallen off? This is a good reminder. I can tap in. And all I was doing was alternating one a day or one every other day. It was either one a day or one every other day. And I still saw and felt results. It was more of feeling the results versus seeing the results. But however doTERRA crafted this, and I don't have my slide up, I should have had my slide. Uh, I'm just telling you, if you struggle with high inflammation in your body is working over time to help
Mm-hmm.
reduce it. This tool in this form will really help your body get rid of the excess inflammation.
Yeah, it's such a like I just ran out. I wanted to get more. I had literally 20 minutes after I did my order, I forgot that I didn't put it on because I love this stuff. Like I use this a lot for head tension. So if you get
Mm,
crazy, I'm just gonna say it, headaches, migraines, anything like that, mine are generally
hmm
hormone related.
hmm
This stuff is the freaking bomb. Like it is
Really?
so good. It helps with all of my head tension, even my hormonal head tension, which it's pretty significant. Um, and it really does help. It really, really, really does. So I just wanted to like throw that in there if you're somebody who suffers with head tension and stress related head tension, any of the head tension things, which we just did a whole episode on head tension. But
We sure did.
this is one of my most favorite things to use for it. I'm gonna try to find the book. Okay, yeah, here in the book. I
What
just
page is
wanted
it on, friend?
Okay, if you have the Essential Life book, okay, it is on page 282,
282. Okay, thank you.
and it just talks about the uh like it's just powerful that it combines ancient wisdom and modern science to deliver an exceptional blend for joint, immune, and cellular health. So because we all know that frankincense is so good for cellular function, right? And
Mm-hmm.
cell cycling. So your cells go through cycles too, right? Like
hmm
they you do have something called cell death, right? And that's sloughing off the dead cells and we reproduce new ones. But you always want to regenerate healthy, good cells. And frankincense gets right into at the cellular level. So you are reproducing good healthy cells and not rusty cells or bad
hmm
cells that continue to become malignant. Okay.
hmm
Um, it helps with immune balance and joints. I mean, Vicky has already really talked about that a lot of the inflammatory response, but it also has a protective effect on the muscular, skeletal, and nervous system, which
hmm
if you are, so one of the biggest challenges we have today with our digestive systems is that we are all in fight, flight, or freeze. A lot of times, most people are in fight, fight, or freeze, right? And
Hmm.
so we don't, and that's our sympathetic nervous system, but we very rarely get into our parasympathetic, which is your rest and digest. And that is why people are having such horrendous sleep issues. This is why people are having really bad digestive issues right now, is because we are stuck in our sympathetic system versus our parasympathetic. So this oil, this um, capsule actually helps with the nervous system and helps with that support and protection of those of that nervous of your nervous system. So it's going to help you
Hmm.
to get into rest and digest and keep you out of fight, flight, or freeze. So if any of those things interest you, get this. It's free for a any order over 175 PV or more. So any order, you don't necessarily have to get BOGOs. I recommend getting BOGOs because we've got a lot of great ones, but
Yeah.
you don't have to. Or you can do what
Oh.
Vicky said, and you can mix and match. If you're like, oh, no, I can't stand XYZ, or I don't ever use this, or I don't
Hmm.
know how to use this. I don't want to get it because it'll just sit around and collect dust or something.
Hmm.
Fine, whatever. But then pick from other things, get your 175 so you can get these frankincense this frankincense complex. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Like I already have two people in my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, they are adaptive users and they do enjoy balance. So why not get like three of these, right? Or whatever it is. Friends, you get to choose. You're in full control of this. And doTERRA is gifting us this opportunity of BOGO week. Okay. It started yesterday by the time this hits your ears, the 20th of July through the 24th while supplies lasts. So you know what to do. Add to cart, do the things, make the budget. You are worth it. We are so excited that BOGO's here. Friends, we'll see you in the next one because we're talking all about the BOGOs on the emotional side. See you later.
Thanks for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode and are feeling inspired to dive in even deeper into the world of essential oils. Want exclusive offers, content, and recipes? Click on the newsletter link in the show notes today. Looking for even more wellness inspiration? Dive into our previous episodes and stay in the loop by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at the Essential Oil Scoop Podcast. Thanks for being a part of our essential oil family. And remember, hit the subscribe button to be notified every time we upload a brand new episode.